So people seem to love these unsold pilot episodes of television programs I recorded off of television way back when. This one, ironically, was recorded on September 5th, 1992, 1 year before my failed marriage. So maybe this isn't the best day for people to, be starting things off. Now, this series didn't seem so bad watching it today, over 30 years later. It's got Jeffrey Tambor and Batman Adam West, and stars Ryan O'Neal and Lesley-Anne Down as his wife. It's set right before the American Revolution. I'll bet a comedy about a revolution in America could sell today, don't you think?
Horse?
No.
But it's not fair. All my friends have horses.
Don't I let you use my horse on special occasions?
The family nag.
Hey, Gussie gets you where you want to go.
Yeah, unless you want to go uphill.
Abigail, times are tough. We're about to have a revolution. I practically have to drag customers in off the street, and you want a horse?
Uh-huh.
Good evening, citizen, and welcome to the Cock and Hound Inn. You'll be staying in Philadelphia long?
Just the night.
Just one night? Well, I know this is the city of brotherly love, but we have some pretty spirited sisters, too. I'll put you down for a week.
The night.
Father! Come quick!
What is it, Eliza?
What? It's the strand of my hair. It's not as flaxen as it used to be.
Perhaps it's someone else's hair.
Please, it's much more flaxen than anybody else's.
You said you were staying the week.
The night.
The night. Did I tell you our weekly rate?
I'm only staying the night. With all of this talk about revolution, Philadelphia is a very dangerous place to be.
Revolution? Where? Here? It's the first I've heard of it.
Well, sir, I placed your wager on when the shooting will start. I got you good odds at Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
There isn't going to be any shooting.
Oh, of course there is. That's how you start a revolution.
Excuse me. Could you please ring for the bellman?
Oh, of course. There you are, Bert.
Well, it certainly seems every bit as flaxen as it was before.
But it's not just my hair. It's my life. I want to get married. I want to live in a big house with lots and lots of servants who will skim the scum off my hot milk baths.
Eliza, you have a very bad habit of
interrupting. If you don't do something about Maude soon, I'm never getting married.
Of course you will.
Oh, why do I even talk to you?
I don't know.
Maude is the eldest, so I can't get married until she does.
You're only 16.
Mother was married and pregnant when she was 16.
That was an accident.
He means the marriage.
Excuse me, we were talking about me. I I want to get married. And ever since Maude broke up with Ben, she hasn't even made an attempt to meet anyone. They're not exactly lining up at the door to meet her.
Oh, I don't know why. I mean, Maude is intelligent. She's mature. That says something.
Yes, will die a virgin.
You know, Eliza's beginning to remind me more and more of that great aunt of yours that was hanged in Salem.
Mother, Father, I have the most wonderful news. This morning I became engaged.
Oh, Maude, thank God.
In a conversation with Deacon Pratt, who urged me to enter the library spelling bee. And I won. Are you pleased?
Yes, of course we're pleased. We're just sorry that we weren't there to hear you spell.
Mnemonic.
What?
M-N-E-M-O-N-I-C. It was my winning word. It refers to a memory-aiding device. Like, for instance, that pounding reminds me there's a customer out there dying for a beer.
Well, then why don't you get him one, dear?
Right away, Father.
Maude, just a minute. Is he unattached?
I don't know.
Well, 50-50 odds are good enough for me. Now, get out there.
Yes, Mother.
I play the cards I'm dealt.
We'll make it a game of solitaire, will you, dear? I've got an inn to run.
I know what to do about Maude. Next week is the annual Freemasons' Ball. Every eligible young man in Philadelphia will be there, including Ben.
Well, what time do you think Ben can pick you all up?
We'll buy Maude a new dress. We'll do her hair. We'll take...
Forget it. We haven't got that kind of money. Besides, well, it's not that big a problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not usually this clumsy. Well, actually, I am. There's a word for it. It's called maladroitness.
Oh, Maude. Well, why wipe up the man's lap? Bad idea, Maude. Let me do it. Worse idea. No, don't go, sir. Oh, I'll get you another beer. We deliver.
Father, I'm sorry about the beer.
What's the profit in one beer, anyway?
0.87 shillings. I calculated the net
Good,
based on
fine. Just
volume.
clean up the In the street, Abigail?
Abby, it's Abby, Dad.
Sir, I may not have much time. I'm a minute man. I could be shot at any moment.
You got that right. Listen, I'm not too keen on these street corner revolutionaries you've been associating with.
Oh, they're called patriots, and they're trying to change things.
Looking like that?
Dad, these are the 70s, not the 50s.
Oh, sorry. What, you think because I'm your father I didn't take part in protests when I was young?
It was our
It was our generation that came up with the slogan, no taxation without representation.
Can I go do my homework now?
I wish you would. Is it Halloween already?
Miss P feels that in order to make the proper impression when you arrive at the ball in your rented carriage, that you should have a proper coachman.
You look like an idiot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. You know, they used to say that about me father. If only he were alive today to hear it said about me.
I'm sure he died knowing it. Annabelle, we are not going to the ball. And I just saw your youngest daughter kissing a Minuteman.
After your performance last night, I wouldn't be so critical of Minutemen.
I'm sorry, darling. I stand emasculated.
And we are going to the ball.
We are not going to the ball.
You'll change your mind.
Oh, no, I won't.
Jeremy, you saw how Eliza acted. Abby's right behind her until Maude gets married and out of the house. Life around here is going to be living hell, and you won't like the heat.
Oh, my God, I do not! Oh, my gosh, that got her! Dad, stop her!
Now what is it?
The governor just pulled up in his carriage. We are not letting him in here.
Of course not. Where would he find a seat?
He's British. The British are ruthless, cold-blooded tyrants.
Well, maybe they're a little cranky. We did dump a lot of their tea.
You don't like the British, do you, Father?
Like them? I despise them. And those incompetent, ridiculous fools they send here to govern us. Ah, Governor Massingale, what an honor. And I might say, a pleasure to have you visit us.
Proctor, are you kissing my bottom again?
Well, of course I am, but if you're going to kiss bottom, why not kiss the best?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, then why don't you go upstairs and lie down, dear? Why don't you both go upstairs? Your usual?
Yes, a glass of your finest claret.
One finest claret coming up. Oh, that is the manliest of scents you have on.
Kissing bottom again, I like that. Oh, Jeremy, what am I going to do? The politicians back home are hounding me for more money, money, money. Stop that. But I've already taxed everything. Clothing, stamps, tea, even the wine people drink. What else is there left?
Oh, heck, why don't we just, tax people's incomes and be done with it?
No, no politician would ever be that stupid. What are you doing?
Why not tax candles?
Candles?
Yes. Most taxable items are tied to the ups and downs of people's incomes. But at night, everyone needs to see. So revenue from a candle tax would remain constant.
Constant revenue. Oh, I like that. A candle tax. Well, I must go. Oh, that one is a gem. Now, don't let some young man steal her away from you. It's delicious.
I just realized something. We use a lot of candles.
Have any idea what this is going to cost me? Never mind.
What's going on?
Don't talk, just start blowing.
You're constantly blaming me for everything.
What's that?
I am not touching your stuff. Are you? I am not touching anything. No longer. Stop it.
What are you doing?
Putting on my makeup.
There must be 50 candles in here.
And that doesn't count the one she used to wax her legs. Dad, now there's none left for me to take to the candlelight rally.
What rally?
The one against injustice everywhere.
You mean like the face God gave you?
That's it. I'm leaving. I cannot share a room with her anymore.
Have a nice life.
I want my own room.
Well, you can't have your own room, young lady, and that...
Can't have a room, can't have a horse.
I was supposed to get Maude's room. And since Maude is never getting married, I'm gonna stay here in this room with you till we both grow old and die.
Oh, you're already looking old.
My life is going into the porcelain chamber pot.
Don't despair, Father. I'll always be here for you.
Oh.
Oh. You are so jealous of me.
The ball, the ball. We've got to get to that ball.
Jeremy, look, it's my old cotillion dress. It makes me feel like I was 18.
Well, you can start feeling old again. We're not going.
What?
We can't afford it. We're broke.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous. How can that be?
Well, let's see. Well, now here is a bill for a hat from Paris.
I'm a Custis. Custises don't allow anything to touch their heads unless it's from France.
Well, I must remember to find an old guillotine somewhere.
It only cost £100.
Only £100?
Well, it was hurricane season. I mean, 37 sailors lost their lives bringing that hat across the ocean. I think it was a bargain.
That's the great part about buying me a horse. Nobody has to die.
Not now, Abigail.
But you promised me a horse when I had the chicken pox.
Don't twist my words. I promised you a chicken when you had the horse pox.
Now I know what it feels like to be the oppressed subject of an unfeeling tyrant.
Me too.
Jeremy, we're just talking about a couple of measly tickets.
No, we're talking about 5 tickets, and we have to get new dresses for the girls, and we can't take our regular coach. No, we'll have to have the stretch coach. And I don't know if it's permeated that female brain of yours yet, but have you got any idea what this is going to cost?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Did you say something after blah, 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 blah? Look, if you're so worried about the money, why don't you borrow some from George?
Oh, wow. I'm not borrowing money from George Washington.
He's your brother-in-law.
He looks down on me.
So everyone does.
He just keeps bringing up that old rumor.
Oh, about you being a draft dodger during the French and Indian War.
I told you I had to go to Canada on business.
Of course you did, darling.
I did, and I'm not crawling to George Washington, and that is that. There you are, George. They told me I'd find you here. Am I interrupting anything?
Of course not. I always have time for you, Jeremy. You're like family. You are family, of course. So what brings you to Mount Vernon?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the inn isn't doing very well financially. I hoped you could help us out.
Of course I can.
Really?
Have you tried putting those little mints on your guest pillows at bedtime?
George, I'm here to borrow money.
You are? Oh, well. Come over here, Jeremy. I want to show you something. What do you think?
What? Are these the troops of the revolution?
No, they're toys. See? This one's a drummer. And this one's an Indian fighter. See his little coonskin cap?
Could we get back to the money?
Money?
Yeah, I happen to know you're one of the richest men in the colonies, George.
As my friend Ben Franklin always says, a fool and his money are soon parted.
Then why is this taking so long?
Eliza, I was thinking of wearing this to the ball. Do you like it?
You're going to the ball? I would have thought a social event for society's finest would be against your revolutionary principles.
Hey, a party's a party.
Well, how did it go?
Oh, terrific. Asked George for a loan, and he agreed. At 15% interest.
Ah, so you didn't take the money.
So I didn't take the money. And don't ask me to go back. I wouldn't take Washington money for all the tea in Boston Harbor. They're insufferable, greedy, social climbing snobs.
You say that like it's bad. Mother, which fabric would make the best gown for the ball?
Ball? What are you talking about?
Oh, well, Jeremy, I assumed you'd find some way to bungle it, so I saw my sister Martha, who's in town today, shopping. Her husband likes her to look nice, and I borrowed the money.
Girls, would you leave the room, please?
I need Mother to help me select my ball gown.
Eliza, I think Dad's about to have a hissy fit.
No!
Do I know, Dad?
Okay, you've gone too far this time.
Oh, Jeremy, you'd give up your spleen before you parted with a nickel.
Only because it's an unnecessary organ. But it's nothing to me. It's your sister. She is a gossip.
Fiddlesticks. Martha promised me she wouldn't say a word to anybody.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if it's possible to be paid in advance from now on.
What?
Well, I was talking to Chester Miggs. He's the dung sorter down at the fertilizer factory. He said that the word on the street is that you had the missus go crawling to the Washingtons for money.
Well, Annabelle, did you hear that?
Then might I ask a second favor, sir?
What?
Could you try and do a better job of managing these type of affairs? Because this sort of thing makes me look bad in front of my friend, the dung sorter.
Sure. And you were talking about being paid in advance? And do you prefer bills or silver?
Oh, I never say no to silver.
Well, good. Now, don't come back until you have the debt limits. Are you satisfied now?
Jeremy, what does it matter? At least we have the money to go to the ball.
Yeah, there's just one flaw in your thinking. We're not going to the ball.
We are going to the ball. It's Maud's only chance of marrying Ben.
But I don't want to marry Ben.
There, you see, Jeremy. What?
I don't love him.
I thought you did.
I never did. And if you just asked me how I felt in the first place instead of planning my life, you would have known that.
What have I done?
Oh, what have you done? Nah, don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself.
But, Jeremy...
Hey, all right, blame yourself. You'll have to excuse me. I've got to go and talk to Maude. You know, fathers and daughters, they have a certain kind of relationship.
Dad?
Not now!
You know, this is unbelievable.
Maybe we should just move into the stable.
Why not? It's not like there's a horse in there or anything.
I'm sorry, Father. I should never have spoken like that to Mother.
No, it's all right. She had it coming. Your mother should make more of an effort to find out how you feel, like I'm doing. So how do you feel?
Terrible.
Good. I'm glad we shared this time.
Father, I'm sorry. I know you want me out of the house.
No.
I know you're afraid I'll never find a husband.
No.
I know the fact that I read upsets you.
Well.
I just don't want to marry someone I don't love.
You shouldn't.
Really?
Really. This is your home. This is where you belong, Maude. And your mother and I only want you to leave when you find that man that you really love.
Oh, Father, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you, because you reminded me the only reason to marry is love. I just wish somebody had given me that advice.
You didn't marry Mother out of love?
Well, and you must never say anything. But your mother, when she was a young girl, she hadn't quite lost her baby fat yet. Well, the fact is, she was quite plump.
Mother was plump?
Well, let's just say I never took her to the beach during whaling season.
But she's so thin now.
Potato famine, 1760.
Then why did you marry her?
She had a very large dowry. Well, I mean, not as large as her, but pretty big. In fact, how do you think I paid for this inn?
Then you're saying that you don't love Mother?
No, of course I do. Look, I've been with your mother for over 20 years, and we have 3 wonderful children to show for it. And all right, we have our ups and downs like every modern couple, but we always manage to work through them.
Well, I think Mother is a very lucky woman to have a man like you for a husband.
So do I. Whaling season. Hi. I didn't know you were here, Annabelle. Hey, you're not mad about what I said to Maude, are you? Oh. You are mad.
Whaling season?
I don't know where those words came from.
You're scared.
Yes, I am. It's the strangest feeling. I've never felt so weak and vulnerable before. Kind of like it.
That's funny because, well, I've never felt so strong and powerful before. I kind of like it too.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take you upstairs before either one of us loses this feeling.
I'm right behind you.
Now we have to leave the house?
All right, you can have the damn horse.
CBS has come up with a Saturday night worth staying home for. For 30 years, she's cooked, cleaned, and taken care of her family. But now, it's Franny's turn. Followed by the critically acclaimed Brooklyn Bridge. Saturdays this fall on CBS. Now get ready for Academy Award nominee Sigourney Weaver in the network television premiere of Gorillas in the Mist. Next.
Thanks for watching Cleveland Live Music. It's awfully bright out here. I'd click on another one of my videos. Quit looking into the sun. Your mother told you not to do that. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel more, there's GoFundMe and Patreon information in the video descriptions. Ooh, ooh!